All right, welcome into the first, I guess you could call it peer film review. We are with Henry Cheung. Do you want to introduce yourself, Henry?
I'm Henry. I am a student at Purdue. I've been playing GroundNet for about a year and a half, and I'm super excited to be here.
Awesome. Before we jump into this game, maybe you can just provide a little context for who you're playing against, what round is this, what matchup is it?
So this is ASL from this year. I believe, oh yeah, this is our final consolation match for like 16th place or something. So stakes aren't too high, but we're wanting to win this one.
Sure.
It's me and Connor Larson from the Denver Donuts versus Noah Kopetic, I think is how you say it.
Yeah,
Uh,
Noah
and
Kapadik, yeah.
And then I believe that's Sam Bunsey. Is that Sam or Ben
I
Bunsey?
think
I
it's
always mix it up.
Ben Bunzy, yeah.
Okay, Ben Bunsey. There you go.
And had you played against either of these guys before this matchup, or was this sort of your first game going into?
I played both of these guys twice, but just at this tournament. So
Gotcha.
this is our third game against them.
Okay, cool. So you're familiar with each other's games at this point, trying to maybe
Yeah,
do some new stuff in game three, or I guess game is this the overtime game?
yeah, overtime.
Okay. Cool. Before we start, like, is there anything that you specifically want to focus on during the session that I can like especially look for? Otherwise, I'll just give like my general thoughts for each point.
Um, I don't think there's anything specific. I think just a little bit of everything.
Awesome. Can do.
Pad has been up. And yes.
All right. We are at zeros.
All right. Yes. Yes. I gotcha.
I like the first look.
There you go. All right, I'll call drop. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Second. Nice shot, man.
That's a good shot. So going back, are you guys both doing this pocket defense, you could call it, where you're always standing between the setter and the receiver? Or is that sort of
Uh,
just an adjustment that Connor likes?
I think that's something we do often, but we didn't really talk about it.
Gotcha. No, that's fine. I was just curious. Personally, I like to do that as well. I think it's like easiest to split from the start. To me, what went wrong on this point in terms of like why you both weren't in a better spot is a couple things from both you and Connor. So it starts with where the set is coming in from and also where the hitter is approaching the net. Like, notice right here, the hitter is much closer to the net than both of you guys. Like, you're at around 6 ish feet. Connor is about 7 feet. And the hitter is close to like 2 to 3 feet away from the net. Really, you want to be the distance away from like the set. So to me, I think you guys are starting like a little too far away. And notice that if you're playing this pocket defense, Connor's responsibility here is to cover like righty pull and probably like lefty push in case it like comes in this direction. And then your responsibility here is to cover like a lefty pull in case the set comes over here. And then like a righty push in case the set is like towards you and you have to like cut across the net, if that makes sense. So like that's sort of how I visualize like this defensive setup and at least like where you are. Now when the set comes short like this and close to the net, I think for one you need to be closer to the net. Like notice how the set is pretty central. I think you need to be closer to either on the no hit zone or like in the no hit zone, just given Ben's hitting like a pretty middle net set. And then Connor kind of boxes himself out of this point by letting Ben cross in front of him. So I think a better rotation from you guys would have been you come quickly to lefty pull slash like righty wrap around, and then Connor comes in quickly as the set's happening to cover the shot that ends up getting taken. Because what you are covering here is like kind of both shots. You're kind of on an island against Ben with this specific shot. And it's because Connor doesn't rotate in front of the set. he kind of lets Ben come in front. So we can watch it like one more time. But basically, I think I'd rather you come right here, Connor collapse, and not let Ben cross in front of him like that. It is also like pretty hard to
Okay.
defend when like he's waiting to the last possible second, pushing it away from you. I think in general though, like if you were just a tad lower and closer to the net, like you could probably get a hand on this. Like someone like Etienne or like Sonny is probably just like standing like in the no hit zone here with his feet and body like really low and trying to get like a hand or an arm or something. Whereas right now you're a little bit in this no man's land, where the only chance you have at this ball is if like he lips the shot or something like that.
Okay.
But we spent a lot of time on that point, so I'll try to make it quicker as we go.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Oh, here.
Second. Yeah. Service. Yeah, Connor.
Yeah, this is a good set. What I like about it is you're not like blindly setting his left. Like I think Ben should be covering this shot right here. Like I
Yeah.
don't really know why. Notice how they're doing a different defense than what you guys did. Like you Ben should be right here if they were doing the same defense, but he's standing on what should be like righty pull. But I don't know if like he's aware that Connor's a lefty. So I don't love where Ben is to start this point, and I think you notice that and capitalize. This is just a really hard shot for Noah to defend, especially without Ben. Like I think in a perfect
Yeah.
world, Ben is lined up on Connor's right hip, and then Noah's just responsible for this. I guess you could call it like lefty push shot if Connor chooses it. But then Connor notices that Ben is behind him and not covering this lefty pull, and then Noah doesn't really have enough time to shift in front of you as the set's happening to cover this. So I like your set. I think it honestly could have been a bit quicker. Notice here where Connor is coming up to the net. Connor kind of like walks up to the net. And this is something that like a lot of people do, but really where Connor should be right here is opposite of the ball. Like if he were in a perfect
Okay.
setup, he wouldn't like walk up to the net. He would rush up to the net. He would be standing right here, which would put Ben in an even worse spot. And then right as the set happens, like he'd be able to probably just do a quick lefty pull shot away from both of them, which is what happened anyway. But it'd probably be even a little easier if Connor got across from you. And given the set is like really ideal, I think this is a really easy put away. But I think Ben, that whole point was mainly because Ben was out of position, then you set Connor into a good shot.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no. Okay. So this time I like where both of you are, like right here. You're much closer to the net, which is where I think you guys should be. This is just a standard play of Noah's contacting the ball like way too high up. Like he's contacting it like here, where I think this would just be an easy point for the other team if Noah was contacting a lot lower to the net. But since he's contacting it high, like this is where one of you guys has to realize that as it's happening and take off backwards. Like previously, without boundary, this would be a good one to jump at because you'd want to be able to roof it and not have to like run it down. But now with this shot being like almost always towards the boundary and taken like a little bit off of it because Noah can't just rip this at 100% power, I think you have the time to turn around and run for it. It's also a bit of an awkward spot here for you too, because Noah's rarely going to hit this shot, which Connor is coming over to help. So in a weird way, like you're responsible for a deep area and also this like wrap pull shot that Noah could take. So I think you're in a decent spot and you're low to the ground. You just can't like jump.
Yes.
Like the first instinct's got to be like, can I turn around and go? But overall, like it happens. It's not a big deal.
That's a rookie mistake.
Right here. No. Oh.
Nice shot. I like that you waited on this one and that you were opposite of the ball. Connor definitely contacts this like a tad early on his set. notice like where Connor's contact point is. It's
Mhm.
kind of near his chest. Like
Yeah.
I think where he kind of messes the setup is that he should be contacting this closer to his waist or his knees. So he just kind of shorts it, and then this is a pretty good shot. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, I guess you had this pull maybe a little bit more, but Noah disguises his shift till the last possible second. So like he's actually playing it pretty well. Like he started on your pull here, if you notice, and then at the last second, like he kind of collapses on it when he knows you're not going to hit pull. But I think if you do end up swinging pull here, it would have been even easier point to win, and they wouldn't have even gotten like a hand on it. But I think in general, like I actually like that shot that you went for, because those are really hard to get hands on. Like you really only see like Tyler, like Connor, like Etienne, like those people like get the hands on those like diving push shots. So yeah, that's a generally really good shot to take if you have it available.
First. No. Henry. Come on. 2-2. Yeah. Second. Yeah, man. It's
Nice
up.
touch.
Yes, Henry.
So going back to your serve really quick, I'm just noticing this. Like it's a habit that a lot of people have, but I try to always encourage players to not look down as they're stepping out. And the main reason is that as the server, like you get a lot of benefits when you're able to look directly at the receiver and notice like where they're stepping. Because what if as you were stepping and looking down, like he's taking a step to the left? Like now, not saying he would ever do that, but like you want to be aware of where the serve receiver is lined up, even to like the foot of where he's stepping, because you really can manipulate. Like, oh, okay, well if he oversteps to the right, I want to quickly be able to fire a left, or if he doesn't step enough for the right, I want to be able to quickly fire a right. And it's harder to do that when you're not paying attention to exactly where he's mirroring you as you're stepping. So generally, like when you're stepping, I think it's a good idea to just look up, and kind of just trust that your foot's not going to go over the line. Like some people say like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to step on the line or not. It's like that should just be something that you know based on being used to it and doing it 100 times. So
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll just say like I like the serve here. I like that on first serve you went for a left, and then on second serve you went for a right. Like I think that's a good combo. And then really good read on the ball here, and a good hit too. Notice this is similar to what happened on the first play actually, where Connor kind of lets himself get boxed out on this, like where Ben is diving across the net again. Like Connor's got to come in quick as the set's happening, and you should be shifting to the pull here. So it actually ends up being like you are on pull and push at this given moment, and then you just do a nice job of getting like a hand on it. Ben actually had the chance to win the point. If Ben just like hits this a little better, I don't think you get a hand on it. Like Ben contacts it here. Like this could be going all the way over here back towards himself if he had hit it a bit better. So like that's where it's really important that you're both on the ball, so that in future scenarios, like you're shifting to this pulse shot that's away from you, and then Connor's able to come over and help on this push shot. But it's just, yeah, you got a bit lucky that the shot was not well executed, but at the same time you had a really good hand on it. So it's like a bit of both. It's like how critical do you want to be with yourself when you get that good of a touch?
It's up. Yes, Henry.
Also, just like a last critique on this last one is like, I think what happens here and why you kind of lip it up is you contact it a bit early. Notice how your hand is on the ball here, similar to what Ben just did on the last point. Like, I think you can hit this a little later while not making it simul. Also, with the ASL rules of like no drop zone doesn't exist, this could even just be like a quick little like tap on two if you wanted to. But overall, like that was a really good play by you.
Yes.
That's a good swing.
3-2. Yeah. Second.
So
Yeah, that's bad.
I don't love that sequence of serves from you because you did the same thing twice.
Yeah.
Your first serve, you like stepped out. I'm not even gonna like mention the look down thing anymore, but the first serve you step out, you hit a righty cut, you miss. That's fine. Second serve,
Yeah,
I would like it if you did something a bit different. Oh, I think I looked at the first serve as second serve. But your first serve, you swing, righty cut, you miss. Second serve, you step out, you do the same thing. I think if you're gonna do a righty cut, like say you've already decided, like, oh, you know, I feel like Noah can't receive my righty cut as well. A good way to mix it up is changing either your stance or your tempo or your step. So like if you want to
Okay.
swing righty cut back to back and like that's your game plan going into the sequence, you can do whatever you want on first serve, but if you do it and you fault or it doesn't work, like on second serve, I would have rather you'd like stepped left here and hit the righty cut or maybe like tried like a lean out stance. Like I haven't seen you do like any other stance yet other than just like the receiver stance.
Yeah.
But I think that one would be a good option. Or what you could do is like you could like hit the righty cut as you're stepping, sort of like an insta step,
Yeah.
which is a change of tempo, sort of what I was getting at. So I think all three of those things are options for you if you do like want to swing that righty cut.
Yeah. I think all day I'd been pretty awful serving except for my right, so I stuck with that a lot.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's totally fair. I'm not saying like don't swing right. I think just try different things out because a lot of
Mix
the
it up.
pressure you can get too is like them not knowing what to expect more than like even just the serve itself. Like the serve itself is going to apply pressure, but half the battle for them is like not knowing what to expect a lot of the time.
Okay.
Yeah. Service. Ooh, good luck. Good luck. Love it. Second.
Pretty good feet there from you.
Yeah. Service.
That was good feet again. Yeah, nothing really else to say. You've seen Noah at this point more than I have. I don't think I've played ever like a full game against him, so I don't really know too much about how he plays.
You've aced him though.
I've aced him. That is true.
Come on!
Nice serve from Connor here.
Come on!
Lazy footwork from Ben on this one because it looks like
Yeah, he's pretty far to the right.
he's
right?
respecting his right a little too much.
Come on!
Pretty good spot from both you guys. I think you could even be closer as this set's happening because really, like, in all reality, this is like the most in system I've ever seen a team ever. So when
Okay.
like especially on like a tap on serve or like a drop, and then the set's like happening right over the net, like think about how many angles you have to cover right here. You probably like the both of you just need to be like as close as humanly possible to where you're not hindering him. And I'd say like you are and you do a good job of collapsing, but you could be even lower to the ground and you also probably could be even closer to the net here. Not a lot you can do though, like it doesn't go up every time, so you're in a good spot. I just think that in general, like had he chosen a different shot, which he could have, you want to make sure that like you're in the best possible spot.
Again. Oh.
It sounded like rim. Right here, you definitely contact this too high. Like, I think you have a shot where, yes, it's like an off net hit. But at the same time, like, notice where this ball is right here. Like, you could probably contact it closer to here, and then this shot's like a lot harder for Ben to get to. Also notice like where they are, like Noah is really, really far away from the point as it's happening. And then he's so far out of the play at this point because you're straddling the net. Ben has to now cover the shot, which Connor makes a decent set to like kind of put them out of position. But this is sort of why you don't want to stand too far away from it if you're Noah, is that like that he's just covering nothing here. So it's really got to be more of like a team effort, and a lot of that's just like starting closer to the net.
Again. Oh.
Here's a different stance.
Double.
Yeah, good
Yeah, build out.
serve.
Double.
Connor's like just standing here, like it doesn't. It's funny. He's like not really moving as the play has started at this point, which is not the most ideal thing because really where he should be right now is like right about here, or like you guys could be split. Because notice where the set ends up. It's actually really good, but had Ben hit the shot well, like you're both covering nothing right now. And where you need to be in this scenario
Yeah.
is actually like look at where you guys are. You're both right next to each other still. Like where you need to be is either all the way across the point and covering Ben's lefty pull and righty push, and then Connor would be on like righty pull and lefty push, or you need to have Connor like all the way around already on Ben's lefty pull and righty push, and then you would be shifting in this way and taking away like the shot that you end up going for. Like look at where you are, look at where you both are. Like you're way too far away, and you're also not like collapsing on any shot specifically. So a lot of that's just because I think Connor started a little like notice how like you're stepping out towards Connor right here. Connor should be stepping as you step. Like Connor's got to make the move over here so that you're more opposite of each other and able to collapse a bit easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. Second. Oh.
Something you could consider on this left swing is I noticed that you don't really fake your right. It's more of like a head fake. Like you could physically like fake the toss more and sell that. And I think that would help you on like the lefts that you do land here. Because notice how like Noah doesn't really go for the right. Like he doesn't really. It's like kind of a head fake, but it's not as much as you could. Like I think you could get him sliding, and then you'd have more space to hit that left.
Yeah, I've been doing that more lately. I've been working on that.
But it's a good swing. Like I like that you're not doing the same thing again on first and second.
Yeah. Service.
That is a weird serve.
Yeah. Service. That's up service.
The infamous Dooley roll.
My bad.
Dooley was watching this game actually.
Really? Okay.
He was on the sideline.
That's funny. Yeah, Dooley was in a boot all weekend.
I know. He broke his toe.
You are awfully close to Noah. Not saying that like it's a bad thing, but sometimes I've done this and the setter's like, hey, like, can you move a bit? So it's funny that like Noah hasn't said anything.
Go.
Dull fault, that's okay. Next point. Is he in jeans? I can't even tell if that's...
Wow.
Good set and good hit. So here's what I'll say is like after the first, 14, 15 points that you've played in this game so far, like I think it's clear that Ben is getting in a better position than Noah defensively. Notice how like he's in a really good spot here. I think the first couple points he was actually treating Connor like a righty, but this time he's like lined up on lefty pull. He's ready to go. I would say that your set should probably be like away from Ben. Like I know that Connor is a lefty, but something that you can do is like kind of target those defenders that aren't in the play as much, which is Noah in this scenario. And a good option is like set Ben out of the play, make Connor hit into Noah. Sure, it would be his offhand here, like a righty or something like that. But it would be a lot harder for them to get a touch on it, I imagine. Also, this nearly gets touched. It's a good hit from Connor, like disguising the pull there. But it nearly does get touched. Part of the reason why Ben doesn't get a touch on it, too, is like Noah is coming around too late. He's like too far away from the point. He's got to be coming into the net here and covering push so that Ben can slide over that extra inch. Your set, like notice how it's a bit high. Like I think the best set here is like a quick set right to like where Ben's hand is, so Connor can hit like either a righty like step through or like a righty pull if like Noah comes over. Just something away from Ben. Because if I were
Okay.
you guys, like I just wouldn't want to hit into Ben as much as possible.
Wow. 6. Yeah, first. Yes, Noah. Ooh. Let's go. Come on.
Just a comment. You definitely go from like saying 9-6 to service like very quickly. I'm surprised like no one's called you out for it, but like just listen to this.
Here's some more. Here we go. 9-6. Yeah, first.
It's like first like as you're stepping. Just be careful
Mhm.
because like sometimes people will be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you have to say it like like I've been called for that kind of thing in the past."
Okay.
Also like I think you foot drag on your right foot a bit there.
I've been foot
Um,
dragging recently too. Yeah.
and it's tough to like once you kind of like feel what it's like to foot drag, it's easy to make the adjustment and just try to keep your foot down a bit. I find it
Yeah.
actually easier to hit better serves when I'm not foot dragging because like I'm more balanced and I have that
Mhm.
grounded base. So yeah, I mean it's not a big deal. They didn't notice it. They kind of messed up, which is good here. This is why I don't like overhand sets. Is it's just very very difficult to, for one, like watch where Noah has to track this ball. Like Noah's tracking this ball, he's looking up. He has no idea where. Sure, he like has a rough idea of where the net is, but he can't really like
Ah.
decide a shot and look at where you guys are. It kind of just has to, like say this overhand set was more middle net, right, and not as far off net. It would be really hard for him to be like looking up, watching the ball, and tracking where you guys are, and then
Mhm.
executing a good hit. And so in general, that's why I don't love the overhand sets as much. Is like, for one, it doesn't give the hitter as much time to read the set, and also it tends to get either short or long. It's not often as like central of a set, and you notice it here. It's just pretty tough to hit. Good swing.
Ooh.
Was that reverse?
Don't have any balls? Give me some balls.
Who knows?
Oh.
Maybe.
Reverse or cut? We don't know.
Service. Come
Wow.
on.
Yeah, so you probably know what I'm gonna say here, but this should be a lefty set,
Mhm.
and not like a righty across your body set. The main reason for that, it's very similar to the overhand set as like a principle, but why it's so important is like you're not facing the net right now. Had you been setting this lefty, like you could face the net and not only like know where to put Connor, but also you can like see where the defense is. Like I think a big part of like always trying to set with both hands is that you're able to read the defense and kind of give Connor a set. Like now, this is an out of system play. You're always trying to like put it central, like or as close as you can to the net. But even on the ones where it's less out of system, it's nice to be able to like feed Connor a certain shot. And also setting with both hands, it tends to make like hitting with both hands a little easier, and like serving with both hands too. Like I found that like when I made the switch to setting with both hands, I made a lot of errors at first and they still come up every now and then, but like it has translated to a more complete game for myself. Where just being ambidextrous is very important for like the game and where we're playing at
Oh,
today,
wait, there's two.
Okay.
with just boundary and like the hitting options that you have available.
Yeah.
Yeah, service. Second. Yeah, service. Come on, right here. No.
I think on this one, I mean, you're all over it. I would say that Noah hasn't beaten you with a left yet. And it does feel like he is, stepping left and kind of showing that look. But I would force him to beat you with it before like truly respecting it. It seems like
Okay.
you kind of like overstepped to the left here. He had like a little bit of angle on you. Like, yes, he could have hit it better, but at the same time, like you're maybe like half a foot too far to the left. And then this serve receive, Um, I'm thinking like partly you're just not low enough as you're shifting. Like I think whenever a receive comes like that where it kind of just goes like straight across, it's usually because you don't get your hand like that extra bit low.
Mhm.
So part of that is like not adjusting your hands really, but more so just like sitting in that squat like even like an inch or two lower, and it definitely does help a lot during receive. It's hard to do for like a whole tournament day, but it is very helpful.
Come on, right here.
Okay.
No. Wait, second. Yeah, great
Ooh.
rep.
Yeah, fast set here from Ben, which I don't mind, but it's definitely like a little off net and to his, I guess it was to his right hand. But I think you guys are both in a good spot. I think I like Connor's spot, especially right here. You could have maybe shifted in like the slightest bit more, but at the end of the day, this is a ball that just kind of goes
Yeah,
under
great rep.
Connor's arm.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
there's not really like much that you guys could do better there.
First. Like, oh. Okay, I'm back in.
That's a good shot. I think Connor's set is like a little high, honestly. Like, think about how in system you guys are right here. Like, this does not need to give you a lot of time. It can kind of just be like something more eye to chest level so that like the defense doesn't have a ton of time to set up. And then
Yeah.
like I like to hit, but again, like you guys are hitting into Ben here. So something like you could have done a little bit differently is, or I guess what Connor could have done differently is like kind of set you more over here towards Ben to box Ben out of the play. And then you would have had like a diving pull or a diving push this way. And I
Mhm.
think that would have been probably like an easier hit, but also shot selection for you.
What's that? Yeah, first. I got you. Come on. Nice. Dude, the wind.
Oh.
I got you.
Okay, you're in a good spot. Right here, you got to be shifting closer to the net as the set's
Mhm.
coming in. Connor needs to be on the pull, and you need to be covering that push shot. Your hand is there, but you're kind of reaching. You're not like using your feet as much. So really like shift as Ben's like sliding in for this shot.
Come on. Nice. Dude, the wind is crazy, bro.
Yeah, it seemed like the wind really affected that one.
Service. Oh, come on. Come on, up. Oh, God. Hander. Yeah. I tried.
That's a weird one. So first off, really good set by you here.
Oh, come on.
Way to like locate the ball quickly and use like your right hand in this scenario. Good timing too for Connor. This is weird on like the hinder call.
Oh, God. Hander.
What is your thoughts on this? Because like Ben calls hinder
Oh, God.
after he tries to set it, and then the set is kind of unsettable. Like yes, it was a hinder, but like I feel like you almost have to decide like I'm
Yeah.
playing through or not. Like I'm either calling hinder as I'm setting, or I don't call it and I play through. And like I don't know, just watch this soundbite and tell me like what you think.
Come on, up. Oh, God. Hander. Yeah.
Like it seems
Yeah,
like
I-
I don't know. I wouldn't have
I
probably
think the-
argued for it in the moment, but like it is a weird one, right?
Yeah. I think the rules say you have to like wait till, or you have to do it before you actually make the play, right?
Right.
No. 1-2. Yeah. Second. No. Yes, come on.
That's a good shot. Yeah, bit of like a honestly like too high of a set too. Like with the wind, especially like you want to limit those high sets when you can.
True.
I
Okay.
do think
Second.
this is another like spot where Ben's like really out of position here. Like Ben should be on the lefty push or like the lefty pull, and then because he's not, like I don't know. I think your set needed to have been like closer to this side of the net, like because I think you would have just won the point really really easily with like Connor hitting a lefty pull over here. It's not
Mhm.
like not like you guys didn't win the point, but like at the same time, like this shot's just harder to execute. And if Noah was lower and closer to the net here, like they're probably getting a touch on it.
No, come
Okay.
on.
So yeah, just trying to think of like times where yes, you won the point, but like what could I have done better? Like that's like a good
Yeah.
example of one where like you probably could have made it just a bit easier on yourselves.
Second. Forward. First. Win. Good look. Oh, why'd I call it? Yeah. You're good. Yeah. Second. Right here, come on. You. Oh, I'm so
Ooh,
bad.
you guys are lucky on that one. I would say like a couple things. So this set like obviously jams you a bit and it's fast and it's off net. But at the same time, like I do think you need to wait on this ball a bit more because
Okay.
notice where you're contacting it here. Like this is an easier touch for Noah to get than if you wait to hit it like here. And yes, it's like you're contacting it like lower across the net, but like that's sort of wise. Like you want to be able to hit this into Ben's knee or like Noah's ankle rather than something that kind of hits Noah like straight up in the hands. The other option you have when it's like that far off is let me go back really quick.
Right here, come on.
The other option you have here is like kind of a chip shot, which you try, but when it's this off net and fast, like I tend to just resort to like letting it drop as long as possible. And
Okay.
then hitting like a really low shot, which I guess you run into the risk of like hitting it into the rim, but at the same time, it's like generally easier to win the point and like harder to get a touch on, uh, rather than just like like hitting it right at them. And then
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so bad.
yeah, that's unfortunate for them because like they had a really good play on this.
Oh, I'm so bad.
Notice how as Noah's hitting this ball, like you're not really where you should be. Like you should be really up against the net right here and close and leaning backwards, but you're kind of like just standing up, like trying to help out Connor and shift in, but you're not like
Yeah.
as low as you could be.
Oh,
Okay.
play. Good up. Good up. Two. Yeah. First. Nice shot.
Good serve.
Nice shot.
Yeah, I think Connor's just starting like too far away from the point here. Like notice how like Ben and Noah are already right at the net and like Connor's all the way back here at like 8 feet. So like if Connor were closer to where Noah was, like right around where my cursor is right here, I think Ben wouldn't have chosen this like or he would have still hit the push shot, but then maybe you could have came around like a bit quicker to
Mhm.
where you're both covering something. Whereas right now he hits it between you, which is what you want, but like Connor's like a little too far away, and like I think you're like a step late.
Service.
The dually, the foot fault.
3-4. Yeah. Second. High. Oh, I didn't think so. What? I know. I was.
That was definitely high.
Oh.
We can see it again.
3-4. Yeah. Second.
Yeah.
High.
He's an athletic guy.
Yeah, no, that was a good hit. Ooh, unfortunate. Yeah, I'm just thinking through like if this set were over here, you guys would be screwed here. But I'm trying to
Mhm.
think like I guess like what you could have done differently in this scenario because Ben's set like you guys kind of get lucky that you're both on the same side of the net right now and then the set ends up on the other side of the net so like you're both in the
Yeah.
right spot. But if Ben had set this like right here to Noah's lefty pole, like you guys would just lose the point immediately. So I don't really know, like I guess you could have been split a little bit better. Connor's in a pretty good spot. Like maybe you could have shifted over like slightly and been like a little bit closer to the net. But then where the set is, like you end up in this perfect spot right here. And then you just get unlucky, like it is right in your hands. Like that doesn't happen that often.
Out. Drop. Come on, man.
Just a bit short of a set here for you to handle. Not that you couldn't get to it, but I imagine the wind also played a factor. And like in general, I think the best shot here, like what is the best shot right here in this scenario?
Probably just a push.
Yeah, like a
I will.
diving push.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best shot. It's just too hard to get to, I imagine. We don't have the best
just a little
angle
low.
too.
First
Yeah.
break. Second. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I think Henry.
Okay, side pocket double fault.
Yeah. First.
Big step.
No. No, I call. Almost. Almost. Yeah. 6-5. Yeah. Second. Come on. Nice.
Righty cut looks good right there. Again, I think what's happening to you guys here is like, I think you're in a good spot. Connor needs to be closer to the net. Connor needs to be like running in for this push so that you can cover this pull a bit better. And then if Connor is on this push, like you could be like a little closer to Noah's
Scooch over.
knees, but you kind of have to cover the push at the same time because Connor's late over here. And then similar to last time, like Noah hasn't shown you that he's going to hit it from a very low contact point yet. So you could consider like taking off when you see those types of swings. It's just
Okay.
it's hard to do in the moment too, to know like, okay, I have to get ready to run, especially when you're like on an island there. So
Another ball.
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's a good shot.
Bang.
Yeah, that's a really good shot.
Let's go.
Ben says, "Am I in the wrong spot?" No, you're in the right spot. You just did not cover the pull all the way. He has to be like over here, and Noah has to be over here. And if you hit like a righty flick in the direction that you're hitting from, like you just deserve a crown. But yeah, no, good shot for sure. Yeah, you guys are on it. I don't love that like you're doing this little hop as like the set's happening. Like watch you like hop right here as the set's happening. I think it's just like it gets you like off the ground and then it's hard to like adjust in case the set's like towards you or like where it is right here, you should be sliding in and getting lower than you are. And yeah, honestly, you're really close to still getting the ball up, but just a little unfortunate there. That was a really nice set. Good timing on it. Yeah, nothing else really to say there. That was just well played. Good serve.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
No.
Come on.
The wind took that one. As soon as it hit my
Yeah,
hand.
I see it. Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, really good hand. This time, like, you do the right thing. You're coming in. He could have hit this better, of course, but at the same time, like, you have a really good hand here. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that set would have been a dime if the wind wasn't blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Service. Come on.
Oh. Oh man, similar to the last thing, I think you just slide a little bit too late, or like you're like on his left too much here when like he hasn't shown that he has a great left yet. He swung it a few times, of course, but like it hasn't beaten you. And then here it's just tough because you're pretty out of system. Connor tries to get you back in system, and then yeah.
See you. Yes, come on.
Oh yeah, that's a good shot. Contacting the set a little high. Like I think just in general, like give it like a little bit more time to get under it.
Yeah.
See you.
And
Yes, come
really
on.
good shot from Connor.
Yeah, I think. No. Second.
Ooh, I don't love that set from Ben, but it was just a little high. Like watch where Ben's setting it from. Like here, should let it drop
Yeah.
more. You're in a good spot, but it's kind of just a one-on-one in this scenario. Noah's in the no-hit zone, so that's unfortunate you didn't have an observer.
Yeah, just like that. Easy. Right here. Come on. Man.
Oh no, that's so sad. You had the right shot. This this hit is gonna beat him every time if you hit like a good push there. But um,
Come on!
he's in a good spot. It's a tough hit for sure. Um, well, that rounds out like our session and the video.
Yep.
Hopefully this was helpful for you. But yeah, do you have any closing questions or remarks?
Yeah. It was. I think it was like the point before this or something. Ben was setting to Noah. They were pretty in system. I think it was just off of like a drop serve. And you said he set too high.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any like maybe that's okay if they're going for more of a quick set, or just always let it drop, like no matter
I
what?
think I think always let it drop because you want to give your hitter enough time also to let me see if I can find it. Oh, I might have gone back too much. Okay. Sorry. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I would say that in general, like the set being quicker is more important than like the set itself from contact to hit needs to be quick, but like contacting the
Okay.
set early is never like really what you want to do because you want your hitter to have enough time to get to where they need to be, especially on like a tap on where like they're already at the net. Like you'd think, oh, okay, well I could just tap it quickly, but like you don't want to rush the hitter either. So I think in general, like contacting as low as you can is generally like a pretty good principle to stand on.
Not the same. You're there.
But hopefully this was helpful. Henry, thanks for joining in today.
Yeah. Thanks for taking me. I learned a lot.